Welcome to this Tuesday's class, Soften Into Yourself. My name is Tessa, and I will be guiding us for this next bit of time. We'll have about 25 minutes or so to practice our meditation. Then we'll have a couple of minutes at the end just to rejoin if anyone has any thoughts or experiences to share. But feel free getting yourself as comfortable as possible, whatever shape, whatever position that looks like to you today. So making sure that you've got a good temperature around you. So if you need a blanket or an extra layer, if you've got any cushions that you might need. So just kind of take a look around your environment and make sure it is set up to be conducive to a successful meditation experience. You might like to turn your phone on Do Not Disturb or even set an alarm if you have anything going on afterwards that you need to be aware of, just in case you go a little deep and don't come back. But just letting the eyes drift closed and almost do a little trial of your position. See if it's serving you, if there's anything that's bugging you or uncomfortable in any way. Now's the time to change it. As you know, this practice is based in the tradition of Yoga Nidra, which is fully guided, and there's nothing for you to do. In fact, they say that the less you try to do, the more success you'll have in this style of practice. So it's very much about surrendering, letting go, and just allowing things to be as they are. But that is also why we take time to get very comfortable and very settled, because when we can find stillness in the body, stillness in our posture, it's so much easier to find stillness internally. So yeah, take this next minute or two to just get everything just so. And if you're feeling pretty comfortable, then maybe start moving the body around a little bit, maybe just dropping the head down, chin to chest, pulling your shoulders back behind you. And then letting the whole head gently roll from side to side. No real rules here. You can't do it wrong. Just move in a way that feels good to you, that allows a little bit of tension, a little bit of pressure to be released. When you're done with those neck side to sides, you might like to look up toward the ceiling a little bit, maybe arching the whole back, pressing your chest high. And then rounding forward, a little seated cat-cow. So let your head fall forward again. This time the spine comes with it. So the whole spine in that C shape. And if you like to do a couple of those, go for it. Eventually finding neutral again. Maybe we'll just lean over to the left here. So planting left hand down on the floor, or maybe the arm if you're on a chair next to you, and then reaching up and over with that right arm. Just a gentle side bend, nothing crazy. Maybe rolling the wrist a little bit, getting out some of those creaks. Big sigh. Notice how your breath changes as you're moving the body, coming back to center. Little pause and just notice how different the sides of the body feel here. And when you're ready, right hand down and left arm reaching up and over. Gentle wrist rolls. And then back to center. And shimmy the shoulders out a little bit more. Maybe crack your fingers if you like to do that. Anything else that would feel nice for you right now. Maybe a little twist or reaching for the toes. Get a little leg or hamstring stretch. Another minute or so here of you just exploring what you need, what your body might like. And try not to judge it. So if you have a painful spot, see if there's dialogue in your mind, wishing it were different, or maybe berating yourself for doing something you know you shouldn't have and now you're hurt. Just notice all that chatter and realize that it's just that. It's just chatter. It's not the truth. It is just a version of your perception right now. And as we all know, that can change very quickly. So trying to take just a step back from all that chatter, all that noise about our experience, and just settling into the experience itself. So hopefully you're feeling released and ready to settle into stillness now, but feel free to take more time if you need it. Notice what's going on with the breath now. Now that we've moved a little and found some stillness, how has your breathing changed or shifted? And recognize that just by tuning into the breath, it will be affected. So you might like to start slowing the breathing down or taking a few big breaths, sighing or yawning. And with each exhale, allowing the body to settle a little bit further into your position. So shoulders can melt down the back. Eyes can relaxed, closed. And feel the eyes now releasing that tension. See if you can intentionally let the eyes and all the little muscles around the eyes, behind the eyes, let it all soften. And then allow that softening to move through the brows and forehead, the temples and cheeks, down even into the mouth and jaw. This lovely feeling of relaxation taking over the entire head and face. See if there's anywhere that is still resisting the gravitational pull, still trying to hold a part of yourself up. And see if you can let it melt. And it might take a few invitations. And it might be something that you have to revisit over and over again. We have these patterns ingrained into us, so it might take more than once to really allow that the body part to soften. And let's shift away from this now and allow a different part of our mind to explore this experience. So we're going to draw an outline mentally of our body. Starting at the very top of the head, imagine that someone was tracing around your body with a chalk, and follow that line in your mind. So going down the side of your head, finding the little loop of your ear, and down the curve of the neck into the tops of the shoulders. So going down one side, and we'll trace the whole body, down the arm, that little bend maybe in the elbow, drawing in between each of the fingers, and back up the inside of the arm to the armpit, and keep going like this, all the way down the one side, and then coming back up the other side until you've traced around your entire body. You might notice that you have opinions about this as well. And again, just noticing them as opinions, as thoughts. Not something we need to pay attention to right now. Of course, it'll always be there. The mind is always thinking. But if we can continually refocus it on this activity of tracing the body, maybe you're coming up the other side now. All the way back up until you meet at the crown. And just acknowledging where the body is in space is very helpful. Letting that go now. Shifting awareness into the sense of hearing, into sound. Take your hearing as far away as possible. Search for sounds that you can hardly even hear. The most distant, most subtle sounds. And if you notice one, tick it off and move on, searching for another. Letting your hearing come closer as you notice more and more sounds. Sounds within the building that you're in. Within the room that you are in. Notice if you've drawn some tension in the face as this focus increases. See if you can allow softness back into the face whilst remaining focused. Finally, listening for sounds coming from within your body. Searching for sound maybe you've never noticed before. Listening for the sound of your heart beating. The breath flowing in and out. Completely absorbed in these sounds. And then letting it go. Moving on to the body scan portion. Allowing your awareness to jump from each body part as named. Feeling the body part and allowing it to soften under your awareness. So letting your attention move into your right hand thumb. Feel the thumb. Allow it to melt with your awareness, softening completely. And allow that softness into the right index finger. Middle finger. Ring. Pinky. The right palm. Back of hand. Wrist. Forearm. Right elbow. upper arm, shoulder, armpit, the right side ribs, waist, hip, thigh, right knee, shin, ankle, sole of right foot, top of the foot, big toe, second toe, third, fourth, little toe. All those parts of the right side of the body, whole right side. And just notice the difference that awareness makes from right side to left side. Moving now into left hand thumb. Feeling the soft, warm release of awareness through the thumb. Left index finger. Middle. Ring. Pinky. Palm. Back of hand. Wrist. Forearm. Elbow. Upper arm. Shoulder. Armpit. Left ribs. Waist. Hip. Thigh. Knee. Shin. Ankle. Sole of left foot. Top of foot. Big toe. Second toe. Third. Fourth. Little toe. Whole left side, all parts of the left side together. And moving up the back now, finding both heels. Right calf, left calf, back of right knee, back of left knee, right buttock, left buttock, lower back, middle back, upper back, right shoulder blade, left shoulder blade, back of neck, back of head, crown, forehead, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, eyebrow center, right eye, left eye, right cheek, left cheek, bridge of nose, tip of nose, upper lip, lower lip, whole jaw, throat, right collarbone, left collarbone, right side of chest, left side of chest, heart center, upper abdomen, navel, lower abdomen, all those parts together, whole body awareness. All parts of the body at the same time. And within the awareness of the body, notice the breath. Watch how you're still breathing. You have been this whole time. No need to change or control the breath. Just watch what's already happening. Let your awareness sit on the tip of the nose and feel the breath here. Notice the breeze it makes as it moves in and flows out. Become highly attuned to this gentle movement. And then begin to count each inhale and exhale back from 9. Feeling the breeze coming in for 9 and flowing out for 9. In 8 and out 8, and so on. No rush, no control, just counting what is already happening. And if you reach 0 or if you lose count entirely, just start again at 9, no big deal. Maybe counting just a couple more and then letting that go. Just observe this experience right here, right now. Notice if the body feels still and relaxed. And notice how the breath feels. Maybe soft, subtle. And notice the activity in the mind. Perhaps it's quieted or slowed down. Perhaps not. Just noticing the effects of the practice. And feeling free to stay here in this observation for as long as it serves you. When you're ready to come back, starting to deepen the breath, pulling in a larger inhale And maybe a sigh on the exhale. Feeling the vibration in the body. And bring to mind where you are, the room you are in, the direction you're facing, the clothes you're wearing. Let all those details come back now. And remember time of day and day of week. More things on your to-do list today, perhaps. Helping to reorient yourself back in the present, back in the physical. When you feel fully embodied again, maybe starting to wiggle the fingers or sliding the fingers on the legs, feeling fingers touching the legs. A pranic bath, as we call it. Maybe giving yourself a hug, rubbing your shoulders. Maybe reaching the arms overhead. Keeping the eyes closed still for now. As we take a moment to close the practice, maybe placing the hands together at your heart center and bowing to yourself. Honoring the energy, the effort it took for you to be here today, whether it was a lot or a little, it still took something. So thank yourself for making this decision, for showing up, for tuning in. Maybe sending gratitude to other people or circumstances in your life that made it possible for you to be here together. Anything else that you'd like to bring to mind before we conclude? Let it fill you up now. And when you're ready, letting the hands drop and the gaze lift. Slowly, slowly blinking the eyes open, maybe looking around the room or out the window. Noticing if your perception has changed at all, if you're noticing new things or new colors. And preparing to move on with the rest of your day. Thank you for joining me here. Hope that was a nice pause. Was for me. I'll pause it here now. And